Hello and welcome to another video from Alberta Bushcrafter. My name's Dean, and if you watch a number of my videos, you'll know I'm kind of fanatical about organization and kits. That's mostly because I use a top loading pack and I don't like fishing for stuff at the bottom of the pack. It's also because I like things organized. I like to make sure that, everything I need is in one kit. And that's kind of the source of this video, because this one's not my usual. It's actually about wash kits. A lot of people don't think about that. We'll just take a bar of soap or whatever, and or not even keep clean in the backcountry at all. But I found it important. I found that, being a first aid, basically a first responder, as far as my training goes, one of the nastiest things that happens in the backcountry and front country, even at a provincial campsite, is infection from not staying clean. And believe me, I've seen it get quite serious, from food poisoning right to really, really bad infections on cuts and so on. So staying clean's important. For years though, when I car camped, I did a lot of front country camping, a lot of campsites, provincial or state or otherwise. And this is what I carried. I actually pared it down from a bigger kit. I had one of those big toiletry kits. This thing, even with a lot of the stuff out of it, still weighs about 1.5 pounds. But this is actually an old lady's makeup case. I will still take this on car camping trips. I'll throw it in a duffel bag with my clothes. I don't carry a big pack if I'm doing car camping. I'll carry a lot of roughneck boxes and stuff. But one thing I noticed is there's no real hanger. You've got a strap or whatever, but you get your shaving cream, shampoo, conditioner. There's a pouch here. And if you're doing this, if you've got room in your pack, that's fine. Got some deodorant, a big old bar of soap. All this stuff adds weight. And here there's razors, shower cap, other things. Right. Now, for years, and there's also travel toothpaste and everything else. I've cannibalized a lot of this to go in my new wash kit, but I'll probably replace it because I have a couple. This is more now of a travel kit than it is for camping. Something like this is acceptable if you can take the weight, but there's a lot of good ways to slim this down. Well, we'll look into this. Okay. So one of the big things, and I got a lot of goodies here to play around with. You can customize your toiletry kit however you want. One of the things with this is I wound up carrying almost a full-size towel. And that's a lot of weight, especially if it's damp. So when I looked around, I found travel kits and wash bags. I found military grade ones for about $50 or more. I found high-end backpacking kits that were almost the same for $40 or $50 or more. But what I settled on, actually, the Mountain Equipment Co-op wash bag. The actual name's underneath me here. So this thing is very, very light on its own, and I've trimmed it right down. So we'll get into a bit more about this. This is not too huge. Take a look at it. It'll slip right in your pack. Looks like it's ripstop nylon or even silicone nylon, sil nylon. So very, very, very light. And for $16, the features are amazing. So before I get right into it, we'll take a look at one of the things I like. It's got a hook. It's got an actual hook on it. Oops. And that opens right up. There's a surprising amount of space in this thing. Sorry, getting some shadows from the light there, but this is the star of the show, not me. So let's get a little closer and have a look at a lot of ways to reduce your pack weight and still stay clean. One of the big things, especially in the backcountry, is you don't want to have a lot of stuff with perfume. We'll get to that in a moment. So look at this laid out. Has a very nice mirror here. This has still got the plastic protecting, the film protecting it. I leave that on until I don't want it on. So, what's interesting is a lot of people don't even bother to stay clean. You ever watch Duck Dynasty? Those guys get pretty ripe after a few months and so on. That's not my philosophy. I find that, you know, you can actually get a lot of illnesses and stuff, and nobody wants to eat your food. So, let's start out. I've got a few razors here. These are just the cheap 2-blade disposables. Now, what do you do for shaving cream? That's the same stuff. You use soap or whatever. That's a spare. This is going to be replaced. This is a folding toothbrush. It is a basic folding toothbrush. Now, the neat thing is, most of this stuff you don't need to get at your camping stores and pay extra. You get these at Walmart or other stores like that. But in here I've also got a small, this is actually from my uncle's company. It's a small nail clipper, and there's some nail files on the side. So that's a real tiny grooming kit. That was a neat little find. Some of those promotional gifts are great. That goes back in here. Razors are also good in case you need to do certain types of first aid. Also got these. These are handy. This is a little travel size of, Q-tips. Quite good. I'm not too sure about this one. This is from the old kit, but this is actually a comb and brush combination. That brush does a good job. I'm using it right now. A good job, but the bristles are quite stiff, but very light. You don't need to carry, like some people do, a small or full-sized hairbrush. This stuff's essential. Dental floss. Now, I can't find the really small containers, but this is actually lighter, and there's more of it. Basic, plain, waxed dental floss. It's not mint or anything like that. And there's a reason for that. Like I said, you don't want a lot of scent in the bush. There's a very small deodorant. Now this might go because it actually does have some scent. If I can find the unscented stuff, I will. This is handy. It's a little thing of hand sanitizer. Every bit of this I got in the travel section except this. This is what Lee Valley Tools calls the world's kindest nail brush. It's actually used for scrubs for doctors and nurses and so on in the hospital. So, really gentle, great nail brush, but also great cleaner. You don't want to throw a bunch of soap on a scouring pad or something. That's half the kit right there. Now, to replace that folding toothbrush, I picked up something interesting. This is the, I forget the manufacturer, but I'll have, oh yes, the Aurelle Toob toothbrush. Now, how it works is, this is actually the toothbrush here, right? There are replaceable heads. And in the bottom, this is a small refillable toothpaste tube. So you don't have to carry those travel size toothpaste. You can if you want. But this is good for about, well, let's see, 6 to 8 uses before it runs out. It says you just put a pea-sized bit of toothpaste on there. You don't need a ton of toothpaste. But then it just fits. In the bottom, this is about $3. This is the new toothbrush for the kit. Other choices. This is a carry and clean 2-pack of Deluxe travel brushes. These are the type where the head folds into the handle. They're about a medium bristle. Comes with some little toothpicks as well, which are quite handy. Like I said, this is another choice for traveling. I'll probably use these in my actual travel kit because I've got the tube. Oh, and you can get spare brushes for the tube. That is most of the kit right there. I can't think of much else. I mean, you're not carrying aftershave. You're not carrying much of anything else. Oh, but you will say, but what about shampoo, stupid? Well, I don't know if you'd say stupid or not, but what about shampoo? Well, what you can do, these work very well. These are Camp Suds. It's the 4-ounce bottle. I will never take the whole thing with me. I will usually have a bottle of this, a smaller Nalgene bottle in my cook kit, in my kitchen kit, depending on which one. So this stuff I'll transfer to a small flip top Nalgene bottle, and this is your shampoo and soap in one, and it'll actually lather up good enough for shaving cream. You don't need, I have seen this gimmicky stuff like the shaving oil, a little bottle, and you put it on. For one thing, you can do it yourself for a lot cheaper, and secondly, you don't necessarily need it. I use shaving gel and shaving foam at home, and that's perfectly fine, but I've also, in a pinch, just gone and used regular soap. Pardon me, very, very dry today. But I've used regular soap. They even say you can brush your teeth with this. I'm not brave enough to try that. But I have tried it. It works great as shampoo. And works obviously great for doing your dishes too, but also pretty gentle cleaner for your skin. So this can be your hair and body wash and shaving cream. Like a couple of drops on your fingers, rub it on your whiskers, and it shaves really smoothly. So like I said, you don't need to carry shaving cream or shaving foam or shaving gel or anything like that, because it's all got scent to it. Let's have a sniff of this. This stuff, huge bonus, and this is why this is the best-selling camp soap around, from what they say, is this is completely odor-free. So, I mean, in bear country, you even have to brush your teeth about 200 feet away from anywhere else, like your kitchen area or your tent or anything like that. Anything with scent, you have to keep packed up with your food in your bear-safe container, because any kind of scent will attract a bear. Bears pretty well see through their noses. Their eyesight's not great, but their sense of smell is incredible. So these are good. Like I said, I will not try brushing my teeth with these. Let's see what else. Another one that's questionable, but very good for, some people even said you might use it as a fire starter if there's alcohol in it. I don't think there is in this, but mouthwash, yeah, if you need it, fine. I do. I find it's a good way to get rid of raging oral infections. This is for my bathroom. I'm not putting it there. What else? There's different kinds of dental floss you can get. Like I said, I like the mint-free stuff. And often when I go shopping for this, like the only thing I'll probably wear is deodorant, but I try to get the scent-free stuff in that too. I just haven't been successful in the travel size. So there really isn't much in this goodie bag. Yeah, this is all more for my travel kit, so it's going back. There's a couple more things in here I carry. Now, I do have a kit that's got a trowel and a few of these. These are just small toilet paper. I paid like $1 for one of these. These are a little more easy to work with than taking the center out of a toilet roll and squeezing it down and putting it in a Ziploc, which is the standard way people do this. I've got 3 of these in with my trowel. I put another one in here just in case. Always nice. say one of the most overlooked items in the backcountry is toilet paper. Now this is another thing. Rather than carry that full-size towel, I've got one of these. I'm going to adapt this. You can buy a pack towel, 20 to 30 bucks or more. They're big microfiber towels. This is actually a chamois. I picked them up. It was 4 for $5. And this does the work of one of those pack towels. If you want all the extra features of a pack towel, it's very simple, and I'll do a DIY video on this soon. You just sew a loop of nylon here with a snap on one of the corners, and you pretty well got the same thing. I am certain that the manufacturers of pack towel and maybe McNett, some of the other folks might get their noses bent out of joint about that, but whatever. It's not always about, you know, paying the top dollar for gear. Like I said, this was 16 bucks. It was actually about 12 on sale, which is why I bought it. Versus 40 or 50 bucks for one of the big glamping kits. Now this is another option. I just picked up a Canadian Tire. These are chamois towels. So this is just a larger one of the one here. I am going to do, like I said, DIY video on adapting one of these, because this is actually a good sized, person-sized towel. So we'll zoom out for a second and look at that. Okay, I'll reset the camera to show you guys this. This is actually going to be a new addition to my kit. These come, they're about $7. They come 3 to a pack. They're quite bright and gaudy, so you're not going to lose them. Probably a good signaling device when you want to talk about doing more than one purpose. But these are what those chamois look like. They're huge. They're huge, they're very light, and they're microfiber. So they suck up a lot of moisture. These make better towels than towels. Although I'm not one that shaves the handle off a toothbrush to save weight, I will do what I can. And I do like to be fairly conscious of it because, like I said, my current loadout for the big pack is 45, maybe even pushing 50 pounds if I got certain things in there like the BioLite stove. So I like to keep it as light as possible, except when I don't. Alright, so this, with everything in it, that's a fairly good travel size bottle of mouthwash and a full tube, is 649 grams. That's a pound and 6 ounces. Guaranteed, if you use smaller bottles of this stuff, you can shave that right down to less than a pound. And who knows, I might have another video on shaving it down to less than a pound if I could find those little bottles. So there's your options for keeping clean in the wood, especially if you've got to stay scent free, which really limits your options. But you can't, like I said, you can't afford not to wash because it is dirty out there. So this is a trade-off. But it's a good trade-off. Like I said, there will be a version 2 of this, or there'll be an update on this. But right now, pretty good. Alright, so this has been another video from Alberta Bushcrafter. My name's Dean. Thanks for watching. Take care, and good day.